The Righteous Gemstones concluded its chaotic, hilarious, and unexpectedly heartfelt journey with exactly what fans might expect, and yet nothing they could have predicted: a death, a wedding, a prayer, and a monkey. The final season of Danny McBride's televangelist satire somehow managed to blend absurd comedy with sharp emotional resonance, culminating in a finale that was as outrageous as it was satisfying. It was a send-off packed with symbolic closure and wild spectacle, where every element, no matter how ridiculous, served a deeper purpose. The death came not in the form of vengeance or wrath, but as a moment of inevitability and change. The passing of a central character marked the end of an era for the Gemstone family. This death wasn't just physical, it was the symbolic end of their long-standing dysfunction. The Gemstones have always been flawed people trying to cloak their selfishness in the sheen of faith and wealth, but in the final moments, they were finally forced to reckon with their humanity. The death stripped away their facades and forced unity, not through spectacle, but silence. It wasn't played just for tears or laughs, it was a moment of reckoning. Then came the wedding, unexpected, heartfelt, and as over-the-top as only the Gemstones could make it. It was both a celebration and a redemption arc for a couple that had long danced around love and chaos. In true Gemstone fashion, the wedding was ridiculous in scale: rhinestones, gospel choirs, maybe even pyrotechnics, but emotionally grounded. It gave the family a brief, shining moment of sincerity and peace, showing that beneath all the ego, they still craved love and belonging. The wedding scene also served as a metaphor: reconciliation of past mistakes, unity among chaos, and the binding power of forgiveness. And what would the Righteous Gemstones be without a prayer, not the rehearsed kind televised to millions, but a real one, whispered in a quiet moment? One of the most poignant scenes came not from a sermon, but from a genuine prayer of desperation and hope, signaling that the characters, despite their often hypocritical behavior, still seek meaning beyond themselves. That single prayer offered a glimpse into their truest selves: vulnerable, broken, and finally open to grace. It felt like the first honest prayer ever uttered on the show. And finally, yes, there was a monkey. Literal? Symbolic? In the world of the Righteous Gemstones, it could be both. Maybe it was a comedic cherry on top. Maybe a nod to evolution of the characters, if nothing else. Or maybe just a bizarre, joyful surprise that reminded viewers what this show has always been: fearless in its absurdity. The monkey's appearance didn't need to make sense. It just needed to exist, because sometimes divine intervention looks like a simian sidekick. Ultimately, the Righteous Gemstones ended the way only it could: wildly unpredictable, deeply funny, and surprisingly sincere. It wrapped up its sprawling, often messy narrative with genuine emotional beats that didn't betray its irreverent roots. A death, a wedding, a prayer, and a monkey, each served as strange, powerful pillars of a story about family, faith, and the absurd pursuit of righteousness in an unrighteous world.